Uh, Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The title of my presentation is The Social, Religious, and Magical Cultural Aspect of Wood and its Contributions to Sustainable Rural and National Development in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria covers an area of this 924,000 square kilometers. This is the location of Nigeria with an annual rainfall of this 3,000 millimeter in the coastal area and 400 millimeter in the extreme north. The population is 140 million as at the last census in Nigeria. So the average population density are in the north, then in the middle belt in the south, and 33,000 square kilometers under forest cover. That amounts to 20% of the total land area under forest reserve. 2% of this is tropical rainforest ecosystem. Now this is the map showing the vegetation of Nigeria. So all the vegetations are present in Nigeria. Now wood is the most versatile material that has ever been known. It is a material that has actually contributed immensely to the development of the nation, especially nations that are richly endowed with these resources. You see, the importance of forest ecosystem to the society, to man, to everybody has long been recognized. You see, when an ecosystem is very healthy, they are very useful to rural population and in the development of the entire world. You see, today we are discussing the importance of wood to mankind. Fuakwe 2007 captured how man so much depend on wood in his inaugural lecture titled Wood from Cradle to the Grave. So I just want to summarize and see that the very first day you were born, you began to utilize wood. And in Nigeria, of course, you will keep on using it until the last day. The first food you eat, cooked with wood. Now, when you start, you sleep in cradle bed made of wood. When you start your education in Nigeria, it starts by writing on wooden slate. Now, when it moves ahead, it begins to write with pencils and pens on papers. Both pencils and paper are also wood products. I know you agree with me. After graduation, the certificate you even receive is made of paper, and that is wood. Now, after that, if you are lucky to have a job, the money you are paid is made of what? Made of paper, and paper is also a wood product. When the man finally dies, he's buried in a wooden coffin. So that's why we say, the very day you are born, you begin to rely on wood, and you rely on wood till the last day. So the development of forest resources management in Nigeria. So this could be divided into three phases. The first phase is the reservation phase, which was between 1899 and 1930. The second exploitation phase between 1930 and 1960. The third phase in Nigeria is the third phase, which is from 1960 to date. Now, the first phase was pioneered by the colonial authorities. Now, it just involved the demarcation and establishment of tracts of forest land as reserves. And they were protected, and extraction in these reserves were well controlled. The second phase, there was increase in forest exploitation because a colonial master, they discovered that timber species from Nigeria were accepted in international market after they've carried out some extensive tests of the wood samples. The third phase witnessed a large-scale afforestation project, which was through Tonya system, just to augment the supply of round log from the natural forest. Now, the religion, social, health, magical, cultural aspect of wood in Nigeria. Let's start with the religion. You see, Nigeria, two major religions, the Muslims, the Christians. Both also are using wood as an object of worship. So this begins, the Christian faith started the Holy Bible of the Christian faith stated that the vegetation, which include wood and forest, were created on the first day man was deliberately created on the sixth day, and God knows what he was doing. Because he discovered that man was going to depend on wood, he has to create what he will use before he eventually create the man. So since that creation, man has always depended on wood. You see, most of the roles played by wood in human life today were predicted even in the Bible. For instance, in this quotation, it is written that the trees of all kinds, that is, trees of all species, will grow, and their leaves and woods and fruits will serve as food and for healing. You see, the importance of wood too can be dated back to the time of our Lord Jesus Christ in 2000 BC. 3 gifts were given to him according to Christian faith. 2 of these gifts were wood products. Frankincense, they come from the wood of Boswellia torifera, and myrrh, a fragment exudates from the wood of Commiphora myrrh. Now, it was also nailed on the wooden cross, and this species has not been identified. You see, a crown of thorn woven from a plant species identified as Zasphor spinacris was placed on his head. You see, during his entry into Jerusalem, don't forget, he was welcomed with leaves and wood. So, wooden cross, species not known yet, but the species of this crown already known and identified. So in view of this, churches are now decorated with wooden crosses. It is now part of worship for Christians to carry crosses about, wooden crosses. Then during Christmas and Easter periods, churches are well decorated, and homes too are well decorated with woods. Species like Casuarina, Pinons, and Calistri robusta are normally used for this decoration. You see, woods also provide materials for worship in Nigeria. The bees, which is called tashbihar, equivalent of the Jap Mala in India, usually counted by Muslims during their 5 times daily prayer, are made from the seeds of Balanitis aegyptica. Now, the equivalent called rosary of the Roman Catholic Church worshippers are made from the seeds of Atrus pericardium. Now, many forests are venerated and separated for religious purposes in Nigeria, and I know also in India and other places. These forests are referred to as sacred groves or black forest. You see, in Nigeria, especially in the southwest, we have 2 that are the most prominent. The first one is Igbo Eleodumori, that is the forest of the gods. The second one is Oshun. The 2 have now become World Heritage Center. You see, there are some species today in Nigeria that are dedicated to gods, and they are worshipped today as gods. Such species include Adansonia dictata, Nevodia levis, Seva pentandra, Dracenia mali, then Diospyros, which is the ebony. They are revered and worshipped as gods with the blood of animals. The wood of some of these trees are also believed to be the abode of both evil and good spirits. Specifically, Adansonia dictata wood is believed to be the home of the Abikus or Banjis, referred to as spirit child or wanderer child. You see, these are children that will come and go, repeating themselves with the same mother, just to plague that woman. And it is believed that when they go, they stay on the same side this species, Adansonia dictata, which is called baobab. That's why this poet, Pepe Clark, said, "Come in and go in this heresy," since that is referring to the Abikus now. "Do not stay on the baobab tree," that's Adansonia dictata. "Follow where you place your kindred spirit, if indoor is not enough for you." This is to confirm that the belief is that these spirits usually stay inside this wood. There's another saying in Yoruba land, one of the tribes in Nigeria, to also confirm that trees or woods, they are the abodes of spirits, both good and bad. It is usually said that an Iroko tree is Milicia Essesa, that is not destroyed when young, will require a daily oblation when it becomes a mature wood in the future. So because it is believed that if the Iroko tree is growing, you refuse to destroy it at that early stage, when it grows now, you have to go and be worshipping this particular tree. Cultural aspect of wood. The Nuvodia levies is very important in Nigeria during the installation of kings and conferment of chieftaincy titles. Now, also, under cultural aspect, different kinds of drums for traditional, festival, cultural, and social purposes are made from the wood of several species. I have some example here, as much as time will permit me. The tom piano, which we refer to as duro, is made from the wood of Astonia congensis. The musical bows and the violins, they are made from the wood from the following wood species. Then the wooded harp, the wooden bells and gobs, which is referred to as agogo. They are made from the wood of Astonia congensis and Pterocarpus osu. Now the skin drum, that's bedu, and the talking drum, that's gangan, woods. They are made from the wood of Pterocarpus osu, Medicaea sessa, and Cocos nucifera. Now the wooden flute is made from, this is bamboo. This is the type of the species we have in Nigeria, Tenatera abyssinica. Now this is the bedu, that's the big drum. This is the talking drum. They are made from wood. This is the wood component. Now these are local instruments made from wood. This one, this is the gog, and this is the piano, and this is the talking drum. They are all made from wood. Now, culturally, like I've said when I started, that you begin to use wood the very day you are born, and you continue to use wood until the last day. So wood is used for the construction of beautiful coffins used in burying dead bodies in Nigeria. So production of coffin today is now very lucrative business in the country due to the exorbitant price. Now the high cost is due to the cultural importance of coffins in various ceremonies and funeral rites. It's not that you have the money, but if you want to bury your late grannies, you have to go and buy the most expensive coffin, because your wealth will be judged, your love for the dead person will be judged by the cost of that coffin. So, this is a dead person inside the coffin. This is the coffin. Incidentally, this is my stepmother, my father's second wife. Now you will agree with me that civilization came through wood to Africa. Mungo Park, the Lander brothers, Christopher Columbus, they made use of these wood vessels to cross the large body of oceans before they could get to Africa. That means if there had been no wood, how would they have crossed this last sheet of water? Maybe later on they would have crossed, but the time the civilization came, maybe we wouldn't have got it there. So this is how important wood is from the word go. Now, construction of buildings, the roof members are normally constructed with wood. The most popular gin in Nigeria, this is the name, the local name, is produced from the distillation of palm wine. And palm wine is a liquid extract from the wood of Elias guinescis and Raphia occari. This liquid are of high social and cultural importance today. They are drunk in social functions. Any in Nigeria, funeral, wherever. If this palm wine is not present, is that you have not done anything. So they are always there. In naming ceremony and weddings, they are there. They are items used in sacrifice, especially to appease traditional gods and ancestral fathers and for offering prayers. You see, the worship of Ogun, this is the most popular god in the southwestern part of Nigeria, the god of iron. So he's usually worshipped by his devotees with palm wine, local gin, and palm leaves, sometimes dog sacrifice. Now, in Nigeria, there are many chairs and local bars where these liquors are sold and where mostly men spend their leisure, relax, and drink. In the process, they discuss business, they settle grievances, and they make more friends. These are the wooden crop used for the drinking of palm wine. You see, trade in these wood extracts is a source of job opportunity to many women. They are the most important potent solvent for preparing traditional medicine by trado medicinal practitioners. Apart from freely drinking it, they are useful in distilling, concocting, and decocting wood stems and barks during herbal preparation. Wood in ethno-medicinal and healthcare delivery. The role of wood in providing healthcare delivery system among the rural community and urban poor in Africa is becoming more popular. Just few reasons. Very cheap, readily available. 2, it has stood the test of time according to the users. Very reliable. Number 3, very, very efficient in the treatment of some sicknesses like sickle cell, hypothyroidism, madness, and epilepsy, which they believe cannot be cured perfectly and completely by modern medicine. So when modern medicine cannot cure, they believe these herbs will do it. Now, I just have some specific examples of some wood species believed to have some medicinal potentials. You see the extract of Enantia chlorata, this is called bush doctor, forest doctor, Astonia boneri, and all these species. When you put them in this local gin, palm wine or water, they are used to cure malaria fever, which is very common in Africa, stomach disorder, this and this other sicknesses. Now, the wood of this species, said Securilacca longipedunculata, have the ability of curing several common illnesses. The most important element, when this species is masticated, you swallow the aqueous solution, can cure erectile dysfunction. And that is where it gets its local name from, Magani burantashi, from this circular function. So that's how it gets its local name. Now, the wood of Aminocardia acida has the ability of regulating fertility and controlling estrous cycles in women and female animals. So the powdery substance from that wood also is used for beautification. It also has gets its name from that purpose as Fulani powder. Those are the tribe that are always using this species. Now, the exudate of this species, Pterocarpus osun Astonia boneri, they are very efficient in curing cough and chest infection when drunk freely. Now, Xanthosylum xanthoides, referred to as oriental, cure sickle cell anemia. Wood of Garcinia cola and Mucilaria acuminata is noted for curing tooth infection and gum disorder when they are chewed. You see, Mucilaria acuminata, today now we heard that it's now becoming extinct in Nigeria. So because of the popularity, is being used by Nigerians, especially those who cannot afford the cost of this toothpaste and toothbrush. So the resource base of wood is the forest. So if you are lucky to have the forest, you have to protect it. We have the natural forest, we have the man-made forest. Now, there are threats to this resource base. No matter how good wood is, if the resource base is not protected, you are not going to see the wood again, and you are not going to see the beauty again. So they have to be protected from all these threats. Wood and national development. You see, wood and rural development. You see, many rural communities today have now turned to urban centers due to wood activities. We have examples in Nigeria of communities that were small, but because of the presence of wood activities, wood extraction and all those other activities, those communities now are cities. So wood and employment generation, it's not possible for a single person to say these are the number of people that are employed in wood or wood-related activities. But what I have done is to list areas where wood has provided employment opportunity to many people. And I think I could list about 9 areas where wood has actually provided employment. You see, the contribution of wood to gross domestic product and national income. Apart from Nigeria, apart from petroleum product, the next is wood. Contribution of wood to achieving the Millennium Development Goal. All the 8 Millennium Development Goal, the contribution of wood is seen in each of those 8. Fuel wood for domestic industry. Now, this is fuel wood for domestic and industrial cooking. The development of wood industry in Nigeria, timber logging operation. You see, this one began in 1881 and is the oldest form of wood industry in Nigeria. It began with the use of axe and cutlasses, but now there is the use of power chainsaw, which is more effective. Now I have here average number of stems exploited on a monthly basis in Nigeria from the 2 types of forests we have in the country, forest reserves and the free areas. This volume of wood exploited from the forest reserves and the free area. The next wood industry in Nigeria is sawwood production or sawmilling. And this one also started in Nigeria in 1782. Today we have, just like in the state in Nigeria, as 403 registered sawmill employs this number of workers. So this is what is used in the sawmills in Nigeria: the bandsaw, the circular saw, the log yard, plywood and particle board industry. This one began in 1948. Now, pulp and paper industry, this one started in 1969, and there were 3 in Nigeria. 2 operated. The 3rd one did not operate for a single day. So there are a lot of small-scale wood-based industry in Nigeria, and so these are items from wood. I hereby acknowledge the financial support of the International Wood Culture Society, a co-organizer of this event. They gave me the full sponsorship for this program. I'm very happy, and I thank them sincerely for that. My university is also grateful to this association for what they have done for me. It has been reported to my university. I also thank Dr. Adrian White and the LOC for their assistance in securing the sponsorship to attend this meeting. Thank you.